Welcome back to our channel. Today we are really excited. We're going to do our second week weigh-in and 5 tips for eating out and social eating, which is something we found ourselves doing a lot of this week, sort of inadvertently. So let's do our weigh-in first. Would you like to go first?
I would. I lost 1.5 pounds, bringing my total up to about 6.5 pounds, I believe.
And you should also talk about, because last week you lost 5 pounds, but then Weight Watchers didn't like that.
Weight Watchers did not like me losing all of that weight suddenly, and they gave me an extra 2 points, likely because I was losing too much weight too fast, and so I took advantage of that this week for
Yeah,
sure.
you sure did. Yeah, so 2 points may not sound like a lot, but I mean, it really does add up quite quickly. So 2 points, it's good.
Yeah, if you think about it over the week, 2 points is 14 points total in a single week? Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Well, for me, I lost 2 pounds this week, bringing my overall weight loss to 5 pounds in 2 weeks, which I think is a pretty good, healthy amount. And so I've been feeling really good. I feel like this week I'm not as hungry as I was last week, and I'm getting used to tracking my food all the time and being more consistent about it, and also being more accurate in the way that I track. So that's good. So today we would like to share with you 5 tips for eating out and social eating. So this week we found ourselves at work parties, birthday parties, and going out to restaurants all in 1 week. And so we figured out that there were some things that we could do to make our life easier in order to make social eating not a problem and not feel like you can't be part of the group and not feel like you can't participate in the different activities. So without further ado, here are tips for you.
Tip number 1, plan ahead when possible.
So for us, planning ahead was a really big deal. We, for example, had a birthday party to go to on a Friday night, and so that whole day we planned to, especially me, I planned to eat a lot of fruit and vegetable based foods, so that at night I wouldn't have a problem eating whatever treats they were going to be serving, and they were probably going to have sweets because it was a birthday party. So that helped me a lot. On another occasion, we also went out to eat to dinner, and we had this date planned for a long time, and so we went out and we were going to go eat Italian food, which can be kind of pricey in terms of points. And so again, I did the same thing. I made sure to eat a lot of fruit and vegetable based items in the morning and mid-afternoon, so that when I did go have dinner, then I wouldn't feel like I couldn't choose whatever I wanted to eat.
Another tip that we would recommend in going out is eating half of that meal. I think we went to an Italian restaurant. It was a chain restaurant, and one of our meals was worth about 18 points on the heavier side, not including the bread, not including the appetizer, not including the other parts of the meal. But the good thing is that, and this is something I've struggled with, is not eating all your food. You don't have to eat everything on your plate, which is something I've always kind of had a hard time doing. Is if it's on my plate, it's going to be in my stomach pretty soon. But I think that a lesson learned would be that you don't have to eat it all.
And we're not saying throw it away. I'm saying eat half of it, pack it up, and eat it the next day.
Which is what we did. It's great. It tastes pretty good the next day.
It sure did. At least Italian does. Okay, so tip number 3, drinks count. So remember that everything that you ingest counts against you in terms of points, unless it's water, fruits, or vegetables. Most vegetables. So when you go out to eat, make sure you're also planning for what you're drinking. In terms of alcohol, that also counts against you. We don't drink alcohol, so that's not an issue for us. But if you're an alcohol drinker, beer, wine, cocktails, all of that will rank up points. So make sure that you sort of allocate the points where you prefer. And so if you want to spend your points on that beer, then you need to have something much lighter for your meal, or vice versa. And for me, I don't drink alcohol, but I do love soda, so I've had to learn to not have to have soda every time I go out to eat or anything. It's hard though, because I love it so much, but it's also not the best thing for me to be eating or drinking, so I'm trying.
That's true. Tip number 4. We also have found that much like saving money, you could do the same thing with your weekly points. You could save those and use those during I guess you could say, a impromptu emergency situation, you just have to eat that Ben and Jerry's, because that's what I did this week. They just happened to have some cookies and cream thing, and I wanted it, and I had the points allocated throughout the week for it. It helped that we ate vegetables and fruits in the morning, and it also helped that we kind of planned it, but once I got there, I didn't know there was going to be ice cream, and there was, and I took advantage of having those weekly points. It's okay to use them, and that's part of the diet. That's part of the wonder of Weight Watchers, is that you don't have to
deprive yourself every single second
of everything. Yeah, the idea that, like I said last week, I could have mayonnaise, and that's okay. It's the same thing with ice cream. It's just in much more limited portions, and the weekly points help with that. Keep saving them up, or if you don't have to eat them, don't.
The fifth tip that we have is to tell people that you are on Weight Watchers or whatever other plan, but you know, we're Weight Watchers people. Tell people that you're doing something for you and that you are on this plan or on this journey for health, and they will support you. You know, in the last couple of weeks, we've told a lot of our friends and our family that we're on Weight Watchers and that we're trying to be better, we're making better choices, and most of the time we just get questions about like, oh, how's that going? Like, are you seeing results? What are you eating? Does that, you know, what is Weight Watchers? How does that work? And so it's been really helpful to let other people in so that you don't feel weird when you're at that party or you're at that restaurant and they're wondering why you're having a salad when everyone else is having chicken parm or whatever it is, you know. But they can just be supportive of you, and they can sort of love on you really when you're struggling.
Yeah, it's really easy to get caught up on what you're doing and what you can and can't do, but the good thing is that this diet allows you to do so much more than other diets do, and with that, you tell people, communicate, tell them that, hey, here's what I'm feeling, and you know, the people who want to be there will support you, and let's hope that no one else pulls you down any more than you need to be pulled down. You know, weight loss is can be a really personal matter, but you can also find lots of support from the people who care about you.
And quite honestly, if someone is bringing you down, then you do not need to be around them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just sort of in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips are helpful for you. They definitely helped us this week to try to figure out our Weight Watchers, you know, eating out and social activities for the week.
Yep.
If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and shout out to the people who have subscribed over the last couple of weeks.
Yay!
Yay!
Thanks guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.